A slave ship called Jesus is not just a book, it is a voyage into the abyss of human suffering. It takes readers on a harrowing journey through the darkest chapters of human history, where the cries of the oppressed echo through time. This book is a stark reminder of the depths of cruelty that humanity is capable of, and it serves as a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It lays bare the horrific reality of the transatlantic slave trade, a stain on human history. The transatlantic slave trade was a brutal and inhumane system that forcibly uprooted millions of Africans from their homeland, tearing families apart and subjecting them to unimaginable suffering. The journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage, was a nightmarish ordeal that claimed countless lives. The book confronts us with the unimaginable cruelty inflicted upon millions of Africans. It delves into the heart-wrenching stories of individuals who were torn from their homes, shackled, and transported like cargo across the ocean. These stories are a stark reminder of the dehumanization and brutality that characterized the slave trade. It forces us to acknowledge the barbarity of a system that treated human beings as mere cargo. The conditions on the slave ships were beyond deplorable. Men, women, and children were packed into the holds of these vessels with barely enough room to move. The air was thick with the stench of sweat, blood, and death. Disease ran rampant, and many did not survive the journey. Through meticulous research and evocative storytelling, I have attempted to capture the emotional and historical weight of this tragedy. The book is a culmination of years of research, drawing from historical documents, personal accounts, and archival footage. It aims to provide a comprehensive and deeply moving account of the transatlantic slave trade, shedding light on the experiences of those who lived through it. The book delves into the depths of slave ships, those floating prisons where hope dwindled with each passing day. It explores the daily lives of the captives, their struggles to maintain their humanity in the face of relentless dehumanization. The cramped, unsanitary conditions, the despair, and the death that permeated those vessels are vividly depicted, painting a grim picture of life aboard a slave ship. It unveils the cramped, unsanitary conditions, the despair, and the death that permeated those vessels. The book does not shy away from the harsh realities of the slave trade. It confronts readers with the brutal truth, forcing them to grapple with the enormity of the suffering endured by millions of Africans. The stories of resilience and survival amid such overwhelming adversity are both heartbreaking and inspiring. A slave ship called Jesus is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. Despite the horrors they faced, many of the captives found ways to resist and maintain their dignity. Their stories of courage and defiance are a powerful reminder of the strength of the human spirit. The book honors their memory and pays tribute to their indomitable will to survive. It is a reminder of the millions who perished during the Middle Passage. The journey across the Atlantic was fraught with danger and suffering. Many did not survive the grueling voyage, succumbing to disease, malnutrition, and the brutal conditions on the ships. The book serves as a memorial to those who lost their lives, ensuring that their stories are not forgotten. More importantly, it is a tribute to those who survived, carrying the scars of their ordeal and the memory of those lost. The survivors of the slave trade endured unimaginable hardships, yet they persevered. Their resilience and strength are a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. The book seeks to honor their legacy and ensure that their stories are passed down through generations. This book is my attempt to give voice to the voiceless, to shed light on a dark chapter of human history, and to honor the memory of those who endured the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade. It is a call to remember and reflect on the past, to acknowledge the suffering and resilience of those who came before us, and to ensure that such atrocities are never repeated. Through this book, I hope to contribute to a deeper understanding of the transatlantic slave trade and its lasting impact on our world. The transatlantic slave trade was not merely a historical event, it was a cataclysmic disruption of entire societies. This dark chapter in human history spanned over 4 centuries, from the 15th to the 19th century, and involved the forced migration of millions of Africans across the Atlantic Ocean to the Americas. For centuries, European powers engaged in the systematic kidnapping and enslavement of Africans. These European traders, driven by the insatiable demand for labor in the New World, captured men, women, and children, subjecting them to unimaginable horrors. They tore apart families, decimated communities, and ripped away generations from their ancestral lands. The separation was often permanent, with loved ones never to be reunited, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts and shattered lives. The impact on African societies was devastating. Entire villages were emptied, and the social and economic structures of countless communities were irreparably damaged. The loss of so many people meant a significant reduction in the workforce, which hindered agricultural and economic development. The continent was drained of its human capital, its potential for growth stifled by the insatiable greed of slave traders. The loss of millions of young and able-bodied individuals left a void that could not be easily filled, stunting the progress of entire regions. The trade fueled conflicts and instability, as kingdoms were pitted against each other in the pursuit of captives and profit. Rivalries intensified and wars were waged, not for territorial expansion or political power, but for the capture of human beings to be sold into slavery. The social fabric of African societies was torn apart. Traditional structures of governance and social organization were disrupted, leading to long-term consequences that are still felt today. The erosion of trust and the breakdown of community cohesion had lasting effects on the social dynamics of African societies. The loss of generations to slavery created a void in knowledge, traditions, and cultural transmission. Elders who would have passed down wisdom and cultural practices were taken, leaving younger generations without guidance. This cultural amnesia has had a profound impact on the identity and heritage of African communities. The psychological scars of this trauma continue to resonate across the African diaspora. The descendants of those who were enslaved carry the weight of this history, grappling with the legacy of pain and displacement. The cultural and emotional wounds inflicted by the transatlantic slave trade are deep and enduring. The transatlantic slave trade was a crime against humanity, a shameful chapter in human history. It was not just a series of isolated events, but a systematic and deliberate exploitation of human beings for economic gain. The abolitionist movements that eventually led to the end of the trade were a testament to the resilience and determination of those who fought for justice. Its legacy is one of profound loss, enduring pain, and the enduring struggle for recognition and justice. The impact of the transatlantic slave trade is still felt today, as societies continue to grapple with the consequences of this atrocity. The fight for equality, reparations, and the acknowledgement of this dark history remains a crucial part of the journey towards healing and reconciliation. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update.